Technik sieht soweit gut aus. Dann mache ich mir hier die Vorschau weg. Das schieben wir darüber. Haben wir noch irgendwelche Quatschprogramme offen, die ich nicht brauche? Die Leistung ziehen. Steam kann geschlossen werden. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Minimieren. Wunderbar. Alright, Al-Haytham. Shut up. Shut up.
Flicker.
Add Astra.
Claymore, dispatch again. Thank you very much. Kann ich damit vielleicht den Bogen endlich mal voll leveln?
Wait.
Nicht diesen. Den hier. Oh Mann. Daneben nicht. Ich glaube, dieser Teleporter ist näher. Ich habe jetzt angefangen, hier schön den Boss zu farmen, damit ich Kirara mal leveln kann. Also super nah ist die Wegmarke auch nicht. Ja, geht schon. Gibt es denn bei dem noch... Ich gucke, nachdem ich ihn gekillt habe. Noch irgendwelche Achievements?
Stabilize.
Rain outlines your fate.
Flicker.
I will have order. Solidified.
Our bond is strong. Rain cutter, stand with me.
Diffract.
Sehr gut. ...46 braucht man immer, ne? Ja, das sind noch ein paar, das sind noch ein paar. Aber Achievement, ich habe ja eben irgendeins schon bekommen. Destroy all elemental rings. Ja. Sehr gut. Welcher wäre das denn? Hier. Oh, das sieht sogar einigermaßen cool aus. Use Pyro to burn all the thorns. Kann ich ja gerade mal versuchen. Während ich warte, dass der Boss respawnt. Pyro to burn all the thorns. Was hätten wir denn an geeigneten Pyro-Charakteren dafür? Am besten Colorlist, oder? Ja. Ich meine, die anderen Charaktere sind irgendwie fast schon egal, ne? So irgendwie.
Sure.
Für die sollen die mal einen anderen Skin rausbringen. Einen, der so aussieht wie der Skin von Klee. Das wäre cool. Alle Dornen verbrennen, wenn sie ihren Dornenangriff macht. Dann mach mal.
Solidify.
Wo war der das schon?
Incinerate!
Gather.
Ja. Ha. Ha. Da. Ja. By royal decree. Ja. Ha. Da. Ja.
Solidify.
Macht er einen Dornenangriff.
Stabilize.
Ha. Ha. Da. Ha.
Du, 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 du.
Da. Ja. Ja.
Ah, das ist es. Den Angriff habe ich ja noch nie gesehen.
Ja.
Solidify.
Nicht das Achievement bekommen.
Da. Da. Ha. Ja.
Gather.
Der Angriff ist so lame.
Midnight Vent.
Motion to compel. Da. Da.
Stabilize.
Ja.
Der Angriff ist aber nicht gemein, ne? Das war schon der andere. Aber vielleicht kriege ich den Erfolg erst, wenn das Vieh tot ist.
Solidify.
Oz revealed by inadmissible evidence. Incinerate. Ha. Da. Da. Ja.
Oh, ach, hierfür brauchte man Dendro. Ja, habe ich nicht. Bräuchte ich das zwingend?
Gather.
Ich mache da nochmal seinen Ringangriff. Hilfe, Hilfe.
By royal decree, motion to compel. Da. Da. Ja.
Stabilize.
Ja. 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 Ha. Da. Oz revealed by. Ha. Ja. Da.
Okay. Ah, da muss ich nochmal killen. Ah, da macht er diesen Ringangriff vielleicht noch einmal. Aua. Aber ist eigentlich schon frech bei dem Boss, ne? Das heißt, man muss einen Dendro-Charakter mitnehmen, der ansonsten keinen Damage macht.
Gather. Solidify.
By royal decree, boom boom. Ha.
Oh, ich kann ihn wirklich nicht besiegen. Ja, okay. Dann gehen wir. Ich habe die Feuerranken auch scheinbar nicht schnell genug gekillt.
I'll lead the way. Follow
Die Dornranken.
Stabilize.
Oz revealed by Breath of the Flame.
Gather.
Wings of Darkness.
Solidify.
Aua!
Motion to compel.
Stabilize.
Oh, das ist jetzt der Dornenangriff, oder?
Boom boom.
Yes!
Stay put. Ready, go.
Greift den hier an! Naja, gut. Hey, 2 von 3. Oh, vielleicht kriegt den auch noch?
Don't be scared.
Oh.
Oh, hit.
Ich meine, ich habe mein Achievement. Eigentlich wollte ich gehen.
Order guide you.
By royal decree. Motion to compel. Stay put.
Tja. Ach, stimmt, das lädt den so auf. Okay. Na gut, aber ich will den... den Boss-Drop brauche ich gar nicht. Ging mir nur ums Achievement. Ich nehme den Teleporter.
Here you are.
Wieso hat der mal so wenig Energie? Der hat doch normalerweise immer voll Energie. Ich glaube, ich starte jetzt mal mit einem Skill von dem.
No, my sword. Yeah.
Okay.
Gather. Yeah.
Flicker.
Rain outlines your fate.
Stabilize.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Witness the power of Google. Dissipate.
Here you are.
I will have order.
Und tschüss. Fühlt sich irgendwie falsch an, dass man diesen Boss besiegen muss, um Kirara zu leveln. Oh. Wirklich vielleicht mit der unpassendste Boss für Kirara. Gut. Dann habe ich mein Harz verbraucht. Die Daily, die das Achievement gibt, haben wir auch schon abgeschlossen. Dann können wir jetzt zur Quest kommen. Bam, badam, bam, badam, bam. Hm. Haben wir noch einen Favonius? Haben wir schon 2 von, okay. Favonius Schwerter kann man nie genug haben. Dieses Schwert ist irgendwie... Ich weiß nicht. Okay, Belohnung nehme ich mal mit. Danke, danke. Event. Ja, brauche ich jetzt gar nicht machen. Das wollen wir machen. Schön hier zurücklehnen, entspannen und eine Story Quest genießen. Liegeposition im Stuhl eingenommen. Kurz hier mal die Soundeinstellung checken.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
Ich lasse es mal unangenommen, damit ich das nächstes Mal noch sehe und dran denke, mir das letzte Achievement zu holen.
Seems like there's another event going on at the Court of Fontaine. Look at that. Roadside signs as far as the eye can see. Let's see what they're for. Fontaine Fashion Week? Ooh, why don't we go check out some of the shops? Maybe we can pick up some cool new clothes.
Die sind normalerweise nicht da, die Schilder.
Is this really okay?
Letizia!
I told you I could do it using the leftover funds from the original deposit. Don't tell me you're afraid that I cheaped out on the dress.
No, not at all. I have only the fullest faith in your work, Miss Chiori. I'm just in shock, that's all. It's always been my dream to wear a Chiori boutique dress for my wedding. I really thought the chance had passed me by.
Wait, isn't that Chiori?
Warum stehen die auf der Straße?
Shop today?
Perhaps it's because of Fontaine Fashion Week.
Oh, you've got a point there. Well, once she's done with her customer, we can go and ask her.
I'm a woman of my word. If I say I can do something, then it'll be done. The first rule of business is to always keep your promises. Now, remember to not
Das ist
blow it
wirklich
down
die erste
or
Regel.
store it under direct sunlight. I'd recommend only taking it out on the day of the wedding. But from the look on your face, I can tell that may be a little difficult for you.
Oh, I'll try my best. Once he sees me in this, his jaw is gonna drop straight to the floor.
Chiori, you're actually at your shop today!
Is that really so shocking? It is mine, after all. Anything you're looking for today? A custom design,
Yes.
or perhaps some ready-to-wear
No.
outfits for kids?
Fuck.
Hey, Fon's not a kid!
Ah, direkt sympathisch. We actually wanted to ask about Fontaine Fashion Week.
Oh, that. Well, if news of the event has reached your ears, I suppose the Fontaine Apparel Association's advertising efforts have paid off.
Are there any fun and popular activities that we can take part in?
Ugh, Fashion Week isn't what I'd call fun, but it certainly always attracts a crowd. It's a fashion extravaganza that only takes place once a year, after all.
Will you be showing off some of your designs too?
Of course.
Furchtbaren Fragen.
All designers at the Court of Fontaine use the week to advertise their brand. If you're lucky, you could even land a large amount of orders as soon as the main show ends. Come to think of it, it was also at a previous fashion week that our label first took off.
Aren't you pretty much an established name now? People will still buy your clothes even if you don't participate this year, right?
Ist ihr Logo ein Strohhut? Nicht irgendwas, was zu ihr passt?
Yeah, that's not quite how it works. While many people buy clothes for fit and style, the fashion industry also strongly values a label's artistic vision and creative direction. Why would anyone patronize a label that hasn't even bothered to put out any new designs for the year? In the end, fashion is just a representation of the spirit of the times. People support your brand because they support the vision it represents.
People support your brand because they support the vision it represents. Ja. Ja, doch schon, ja.
Okay, so maybe all that complicated stuff aside, you're saying we'll be able to see new Chiori designs at the show?
Absolutely. The designs have already been finalized. I'm just waiting for the fabrics to arrive.
Ist eigentlich schade, dass der Traveler hier nicht selber ein neues Design mal bekommt.
Ooh, are you using materials you can't get in Fontaine?
Well, I still have a certain partiality to Inazuma-made fabrics. The textures are pleasant to the touch, and their familiarity gives me a sense of security.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's that feeling of home.
Ugh. Something.
Ugh.
Yes.
We're a long way from Inazuma, though. Aren't you concerned that your shipment might get lost or stolen along the way?
Ich finde, sie wirkt irgendwie kleiner, als sie ist, durch die Klamotten. So die Aufteilung von Beinen zu Klamotten.
No need to worry. I've already taken steps to ensure that it'll arrive safely. I've entrusted the job to Komani Express's most reliable courier.
Die
Excuse me.
jetzt ihren Auftritt hat.
Coming through. Chiori, your shipment's here. I know it's quite late, so I'm really sorry.
Deep breaths, Kirara, then start again.
Oh, so Kirara's the courier you were talking about.
Oh, hey, Traveler and Paimon. Fancy seeing you here in Fontaine. It's been a while.
It hasn't. Stimmt eigentlich gar nicht. Ich habe sie gerade letztens noch in Mondstadt getroffen. Vor 2 Tagen. How about a game of GCT? TCG? GITCG.
Maybe next time. Considering how late this delivery is, I'm not sure this is the time to play cards. Plus, I know this shipment is really important to Chiori, so I should probably make sure everything's in order. Wait a second. This is the second time that you've seen me flub a delivery job now, isn't it? Oh, you somehow always happen to catch me off my game, huh?
Tja, ja.
So, what was the holdup? Sailing delays, bad weather?
Huh? No, nothing like that. I just ran into a bit of trouble, that's all.
Bandits, then? Or treasure hoarders? A few run-ins on the road aren't usually enough to give you any trouble.
Well, I didn't run into anyone exactly. I just got a little lost.
Das heißt, sie lügt?
Keeping you honest as always, I see.
All right. I was stopped by a group of bandits as soon as I entered Fontaine. They were a little different from the ones I usually run into. I could hear them mumbling about Komunia Express. It was obvious they were looking for someone with two tails.
Das könnte jeder sein.
It's a targeted hit?
I got the sense that they were actually targeting Chiori's goods.
My fabric shipment?
Yeah, they said that I could go as long as I left the goods with them. Otherwise, they'd stuff me into my delivery box and toss me into the sea to drown.
Oh, are you okay, Kirara?
Oh, I'm good. I'm still a yokai after all. I turned them over to the guards. It just took me a while to round them all up.
Well, it's not completely out of the ordinary to have your deliveries
Gut.
get intercepted. But it still doesn't make sense how you knew it was my goods they were after. You've got other deliveries to make in Fontaine, don't you? Is there something else that you're keeping from me?
Well...
Perhaps I need to reconsider how many stars to give you in my review.
Das ist ja lustig mit den Schwänzen.
You always know how to get me, Chiori. Alright, I'll talk.
Sie hat sich verplappert, ne?
So, I kinda wanted to know why anyone would order a hit on me.
Oh.
So I spent a bit of time investigating. One of the bandits had a loose tongue, which saved me some time. He said that a certain person had commissioned them to intercept Chioria Boutique's delivery.
And who might this person be?
Chiori, why don't we just let this one go? I mean, I didn't really get injured, and you've still got Fashion Week to worry about.
Warum will sie das nicht sagen?
I appreciate your kindness, Kirara, but if I don't teach this person a lesson, I doubt they'll stop here. Anyone that dares to mess with one of my friends deserves a stern talking to and then some.
Mhm.
Alright. The guy said that the commissioner was someone by the name of Uter.
Uter. No, that name rings a bell. Wouldn't you say, Kirara?
Well, that's exactly why I didn't want to bring it up to you.
Traveler und Paimon stehen hier daneben, raffen nichts.
So you both know this Uter guy?
Uterre.
Chiori's complaints about him, sure. He's a fellow fashion designer who's made it his goal in life to make hers as miserable as possible.
So he's like a business rival.
A rival is what you call someone who fights you fair and square. Uter, however, just has that as a designer. He's publicly disparaged my design choices, my use of materials. He's practically tried every trick in the book to ruin my good name. I've already warned him before to compete with me fair and square, but I guess he prefers playing dirty. Well, I'm more than happy to oblige.
Oh?
Wait, Chiori, where are you going?
To teach someone a lesson. You must be tired after your long journey. Why don't you rest in my shop for a little while before heading back?
Das haben die gar nicht mehr gehört.
Wait, and she's gone.
Oh no. What should we do?
You seem concerned. Should we be worried about Chiori?
Well, she's always been the type of person to face things head on. But with her fiery temper, I'm just worried whatever she's about
Fiery
to do
temper.
will negative publicity about her right before the start of Fashion Week.
Die Füße von Kirara. Da mussten sie ums Charaktermodell herumarbeiten.
Traveler, Paimon, could you go after her and check out the situation for me? As a formal employee of Komunia Express, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to get involved.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll take good care of Chiori.
To be honest, I'm more worried about that Uter guy's safety.
Kirara? Das Design am Körper finde ich nicht so cool, aber der Kopf sieht cool aus mit den Augen und die Frisur ist irgendwie ganz lustig. Bisschen wild, ganz cool. When Caesuria Chapter 1. When they talk about tonight.
Anyway, please look after Chiori for me.
Wo ist sie denn hin? Da steht sie. Ach was.
Any chance you're on the clock, officer? Nothing good ever comes out of you addressing me like that. Oh? And I see the Traveler and Paimon are here too.
Hallo.
Chevras, we meet again.
Interessant, ich habe im Subreddit schon gesehen, dass wenn man das Event mit Chevreuse nicht gespielt hat, dann dann wird die hier vorgestellt. Das ist ganz cool. Are you out on patrol? Has everything been going well? Are you out on patrol?
Well, things have been fine on my end. We were able to bring in a large number of recruits thanks to that film we made.
Wow, toll. Ich habe die andere Frage gestellt. Bitte die auch beantworten.
I suppose the trade-off is that I'm now constantly getting stopped for autographs while out on patrol. Not ideal, if you ask me.
Naja.
Well, you were one of the leading roles after all.
So, did something happen?
Indeed it did. I'll need you to come with me.
Chevreuse hätte ich gerne. Die finde ich cool. Außerdem Pyro Healer gibt sonst nur Bennett und ich mag Bennett nicht. Chiori ist wie Baiju. Das sind so Charaktere, die hätte ich gerne, aber da will ich nicht drauf rollen.
I only ever hear that phrase from you. Usually I'm the one asking people to do that.
Well, are you coming?
Not before I know what you're planning.
Have I ever made a bad call?
The better question is, have you ever made one that didn't violate proper procedure?
Okay. A man hired a group of bandits to mug my friend. I'm about to go teach him a lesson.
Die müssten, wenn die so hin und her schneiden, müssten die nochmal so hin und wieder Paimon und Traveler dazu schneiden, die einfach nur so gespannt gucken.
Are you sure this is something you should be telling the captain of the Special Patrol? It's getting hard to tell whether you're here to report a case or turn yourself in for one.
Neither. I'm requesting personal supervision from said captain, so I don't do anything too out of line.
Are you planning to?
Not if I can help it.
All right. Where is this person?
Follow me.
Wir schleichen immer so hinterher.
Just promise you'll start trying to keep yourself out of trouble.
Well, when trouble stops coming my way, I'll be sure to get on that.
Oh, Treppe funktioniert aber nicht so gut mit den NPC. Mit der NPC-Kontrolle.
This should be the place. You all wait here. I'll go have a
Moment.
chat.
Wie wir warten hier? Wofür sind wir denn extra
You know,
mitgekommen?
Chevras, Paimon gets the sense that you two are actually pretty close.
It's just as Chiori said. We got to know each other pretty well in our lines of work. You could call it a you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours sort of situation.
Das macht voll keinen Sinn. Warum kennt denn eine Schneiderin die Anführerin von einer Spezialeinheit?
Does Chiori often need your help?
I'd say it's mutual. The Special Patrol needs her help quite often as well. We've got tough problems of our own. Getting people to talk, for example.
The Special Patrol needs her help quite often as well. Wofür
The
denn?
uniform, the musket, they're intimidating. Most people clam up the minute they see us. Lips sealed so tight, getting them to talk almost feels like trying to break into the fortress of Meripede.
Okay.
But put them in a clothing boutique, and they suddenly start gushing faster than the waters at the Fountain of Lucine.
Was? Was?
Oh, is that because they're trying to show off or something?
What?
Yep. People are vain creatures. They can't help but want to talk up new developments in their lives or show off how much they know about other people. And nothing brings out that sort of vanity quite like fashion. As a result, Chiori often picks up on all kinds of information in her shop. Most of her customers are members of the upper class, which means they're pretty much up to the gills in
Ach
wealth
so
and
rum
intel.
meint sie das. Okay. Ich dachte, zum Verhören gehen wir mit den Leuten in den Kleiderladen. Okay. Also Chiori hört zu und gibt es weiter. Okay. What the fuck?
You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Huh, Paimon gets it now?
Exactly. I'm also here to ensure Chiori's safety. Those who make trouble for her also tend to be rich and powerful, and in some very rare cases, I'm forced to protect other people from Chiori herself. So, who got on her case this time?
been a while since I last saw her that angry.
Oh, so this is what happened.
Bla bla bla, Uta, bla bla bla, Kirara, bla bla bla, Katze in der Box, bla bla bla, wollte Wasser werfen.
Uter, you say?
Uter?
You've heard of him?
Yep. He's made trouble for Chiori several times already. He's fond of pretty much every dirty trick in the book. I heard that even the Maison Gardiennage issued him a warning due to his behavior. So he's back at it, huh? His funeral, I guess.
Moment.
Whoa, what's this about a funeral all of a sudden?
I just meant that Uter's done for. Now bring it in, you two. Get right up close.
Sure, but why?
Because this is probably going to turn into one of those very rare cases I just talked about.
Keine schlechte Art aufzuwachen.
Stay away from me!
Has anyone ever taught you the definition of stupidity?
Huh?
Stupidity
Huh?
is doing the same meaningless thing over and over again. It appears you've forgotten what I told you before. So, allow me to refresh your memory. Lay off the dirty tricks. Oh, and if you dare lay your hands on my friend again, you can expect a far less pleasant landing next time.
Ahem. Chiori?
Officer, an assault's in progress! Please, officer, you've got to do something!
Of course. I'll do my utmost to investigate the situation. Unfortunately, I was chatting with this traveler and seemed to have missed what happened. Not to worry, though. If you'd allow me to search the scene, I'm sure I'll be able to collect some useful evidence. You don't mind, do you? There's nothing in there that would implicate you in any illegal activity, I would hope.
Forget it. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Ms. Chiori, I must also ask you to refrain from engaging in such disorderly conduct in the future, especially out in the open like this.
Especially out in the open. Das sollte aber nicht dazu sagen als Polizist, oder?
Apologies, officer. I guess you could say I'm just used to tossing out any trash I come across on the street.
You...
Is there anything else either of you have to say for yourselves?
That's all from me. I sincerely hope that today's events will never happen again.
We'll see about that.
Whoa, that scared the heck out of Paimon! How did he just go flying out like that?
Such a graceful arc.
You're too kind.
Now's not the time to be accepting compliments. What happened to not doing anything too out of line?
Oh, not if I could help it, is what I said. And I think I kept to that. I started with a verbal warning, but he displayed neither shame nor remorse. If anything, he kept running his mouth with insults and threats.
Insults and threats so bad that he deserved to be tossed out like a sack of trash?
Believe it or not, they were that bad. He deserved to get knocked down a peg. It's the only way to get him to stop.
You could have reported him to the guards.
Oh, I will. But it'll take some time for them to gather evidence. And he denied that he ever had anything to do with those bandits.
Aber diese Schleife am Hals, ist sie nicht mega unbequem? Ugh. Das muss ja nervig sein. Das ist sicher jetzt
I
erst.
don't want anything else to happen during Fontaine Fashion Week. On top of that, if Kirara is going to continue delivering goods for me, the least I can do is guarantee her safety. Oh, that reminds me. There is another favor I'd like to ask of you today.
What a shame. I believe you've already used up your favor quota for the day.
Have I? Well, it's a good thing I was planning on taking an advance on tomorrow's quota then.
Don't you think you're maxed out on advances already?
I always pay you back in information, don't I?
Traveler und Paimon sind echt nur am Zugucken.
It's just like you said. You scratch my back, and I scratch yours.
Das hat sie nicht gehört, was? Da war sie im Haus. Sie soll bestimmt modeln. Was gibt's hier? Fanta. Mushroom. Kann man ruhig immer mal kaufen. Glabrous Banes. In 3 Stunden refresht das. Return to the Boutique. Das machen wir doch. Warte mal hier. Mehr Ausdauer. Schon lange nicht mehr Barbaras normale Klamotten angehabt. Aber ich finde die ziemlich cool.
We're back.
You were gone for an awfully long time. Oh, please tell me nothing bad happened.
There's nothing to worry about. All you need to know is that you'll never have to worry about someone in Fontaine messing with your deliveries again.
Sorry,
Da würde
Chiori.
mich nicht drauf verlassen.
I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble.
What are you talking about? You didn't do anything wrong. Those greedy bandits are to blame, along with a certain someone who doesn't know when to lay off the petty tricks. The next time you need to leave the city, call the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. They'll escort you half of the way, and the Spina di Rasula can take the second half. With that sort of escort, the next time you make a delivery, those treasure hoarders won't go anywhere near your goods. Unless, of course, it's to offer to carry them for you.
Good one, Chiori.
I'm being serious. You know me. If I bring something up, you can assume it's already a done deal. You're going back to Inazuma tomorrow, right?
Wait, you don't mean...
I've already spoken to the captain of the Special Patrol. As discussed, the patrol's going to take a small detour during their daily training tomorrow. As for Navia, I'll give her a heads up in a bit.
There's really no need. I'm just a simple courier. I don't need to be surrounded by a bunch of armed guards. Or ones with sunglasses, for that matter. Don't you think this is a bit much?
Der Plot noch irgendeine Bewandtnis hier?
Well, you certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for every trip you make to Fontaine. It's just a one-off thing. For my own peace of mind. It'll also show those guys what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friends.
Since she's already talked to the patrol, just think of it as a you scratch my back, I scratch yours type of situation. Wie sie uns anguckt, was sollen wir denn dazu sagen?
Yes, well put.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, Traveler, then... I guess it's fine.
Well, with the bad guys out of the way and your goods safely delivered, everything should be good to go for Fontaine Fashion Week, right?
I believe so. I'll try to churn out a few more outfits over the next few days. I've heard a lot of suppliers will be participating this year.
Paimon's gonna take a guess and say suppliers are super important.
Wie realistisch ist es, dass die das ein paar Tage vorher fertig macht? Sehr unrealistisch, oder?
But of course, they supply us designers with funding, equipment, factory access. You have to work with them if you want to become a truly renowned fashion house. That's also why this year's Fashion Week is so important to me.
But isn't your brand already really famous, Chiori? Your clothes are so pretty and so nice to wear. I can't help but brag about them to my customers whenever I get the chance.
Even so, I would imagine there are still people who've never heard of the Chiori brand, yes?
Well... I mean, with the amount of places that I deliver to, it's only natural that some people from other nations haven't heard of it.
Then it's still not famous enough. My goal is to make the Chiori brand renowned throughout all of Teyvat.
All of it? Your business would have to get pretty huge then.
Wait, would that mean I could just go to any Chiori branch on the continent to get my clothes fixed? It has been pretty inconvenient having to come to Fontaine every time I need to get them patched up.
Alternatively, of course, you could just be a bit more careful with them.
They're already about as durable as I can make them.
Ja, aber schwierig. Ich meine, wenn sie die ganze Zeit von Banditen angegriffen wird.
Okay, I'll admit, they do get snagged on branches pretty often, but I can't help it. It's hard to be careful about that sort of thing when you're trying to take a nice nap in a tree.
Wow.
Well, if that's your dream, Chiori, then we should do our best to make it a reality. Is there anything we can do to help out with Fashion Week?
I'm sure I could think of something.
Oh, what is it? What is
Why don't you come to my shop tomorrow and model for me? Simply put, you'll serve as my living mannequins.
Oh, so we get to try on some...
Seeing them off the rack will also give me the chance to make some small adjustments to the stitching and the silhouette of the designs.
Sounds easy enough.
Can we keep them? Do you need us for the runway too?
No need. We've already booked them all. If you like them, though, feel free to visit the booth.
Ooh,
Then we have a deal. You'll model some formal wear,
Yep, sounds good. Wait, kids' clothes? Paimon told you already.
Du-du-du. Oh yeah. Immer noch trinken. Das war echt einer der geilsten Patches, dass man jetzt einfach irgendwas machen kann und damit die Dailies erledigt. Add Astra Abyssosque. Oh, die stehen ja noch.
Speaking of clothes, do yours happen to need any mending right now, Kirara?
Well, since you asked, Chiori, there's this part around my waist.
Oh, need a bit of letting out around the middle.
No! It's a tear. Those bad guys did it.
Hat sie gerade gesagt, sie wird fett? Go to the boutique. Oh, wir können da rein. War ich da schon mal drin?
You're here early.
Ja, ohne Scheiß, 6 Uhr morgens. Wie kommen wir denn dann rein?
Wait, has Kirara left already?
Yep, with the special patrol. Bright and early.
Ja, wann denn? 5 Uhr morgens?
Go all right on the road?
Wo will sie das wissen?
I believe so. The patrol makes for quite the entourage. The way they marched forward with Kirara in the center, you'd think she was some sort of VIP. For the second leg, the Spina also came with a pretty large group, led by Navia herself.
Okay, davon will ich einen Screenshot. Hab ihn. Das ist ja super. Das Bild ist ja der Hammer.
They took care to clear the path beforehand as well. Kirara won't so much as step on a single stray rock on her journey. I even heard that Navia decided out of the blue to make a batch of macarons as a going-away gift for Kirara. An excellent souvenir to remember Fontaine by, I'd say.
Sounds like Navia really got into it.
My thoughts exactly. She even lamented the fact that she didn't have time to prepare something even fancier. I'm pretty sure she can't wait for another escort opportunity to come her way.
Klingt, als wäre sie ganz schön gelangweilt.
Navia, Paimon thinks the two of you are actually pretty similar. You say what you mean, and when you have an idea, you really hit the ground running.
Was? Das ist doch eine Quatschaussage, Paimon. You say what you mean, and when you have an idea, you really hit the ground running. Okay. Wow, die sind echt wie Zwillinge.
I suppose that's why we're such good friends.
Yeah.
Navia has a certain resilience about her. It's part of who she is. No matter what comes her way, she never bows down in the face of adversity. That sort of determination and courage is something I really admire. That same spirit is the true vision of my brand. When she first mentioned commissioning an outfit from my boutique, well, I'm sure you can imagine my excitement.
It's like finding the perfect brand ambassador, huh?
Indeed. Customers pay attention not just to the clothes, but also to the figures in society who wear said clothes. People like to copy the styles of those they look up to.
Die haben bei der Chiori-Brand aber nicht gemacht, dass sie irgendwie so ein bestimmtes Logo oder Symbol hat, ne? Was man auf allen Klamotten wiederfindet.
Huh. And here Paimon thought all that mattered was for the clothes to look cute.
Fashion is about more than just looks, my dear. Especially if you've got your sights set on a market the size of Teyvat. Well, would you look at the time?
Oh yeah. Come on, let's get down to business. We're here to model.
Let's get down to
Indeed.
business.
Give me a moment while I go retrieve some fabrics and sample outfits. Why don't you help me set up the shop displays in the meantime?
Set them up.
Just carefully organize the ready-to-wear clothes with an eye toward their types and styles. This way, we can guarantee that the customers will see something different every day.
Okay, was will sie von mir? Organize the ready-to-wear clothes with an eye toward the types and style.
Oh, there sure is a lot that goes into red.
Well then, I'll leave the displays to you.
What? Okay.
We just need to put all the clothes with similar styles together, right?
What? Wo kommt der denn her? Kimono haben so coole Designs immer drauf. Sowas als T-Shirt oder so ist doch voll geil. Oder als Pulli. Verstehe irgendwie nicht, warum es das nicht gibt. Ja, okay, das hätte ich dann doch hinbekommen. Glasdach.
Not bad. You might just have an eye for design.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to the real task at hand. Over here, stand still. I'll take your measurements first.
Katze.
Excuse me, Miss Chiori.
Leanne.
Oh, good morning, Leanne. How have you been recently?
Not too bad.
Sie hat irgendwas.
Your gown will be ready next week, so there's no need to worry about missing the ball. Or did you come here today because you'd like to make a new request, perhaps?
Oh, no. Nothing like that, Miss Chiori.
Cancel, genau. Jetzt kommen alle mit Cancel wegen Uta bestimmt.
I came here today to cancel my order for that gown.
Da kommt jetzt bestimmt 3 Kunden hintereinander oder sowas.
Cancel your order.
But you can keep the deposit, of course. I know you can't return any materials you've already used.
Don't worry about the materials. I'm more concerned about you. Did something happen, Leanne? Have your plans changed? It's all right. I'm not trying to make things difficult for you. I'll take note of the cancellation.
Thank you. I'm really sorry.
Don't worry about it. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Eindeutig Uter am Werk.
Is it just Paimon, or was she acting a bit strange just now?
Not just a bit.
I wonder why she wouldn't tell us why she was canceling her order.
It's not a big deal. These things happen every once in a while. A family emergency, an important payday falling through, a lover's quarrel, no one to take you to the ball. I've pretty much heard it all. Judging from the look on her face, something's keeping her from revealing the truth to us. It's best not to pry.
We could stalk.
Well, guess this means you'll have more time to work.
That's true. Come.
Is Miss Chiori in?
Nee, tut mir leid, sie ist nicht da.
I am. How can I help you?
I'd like to return this.
Oh. Could I ask why?
Uta hat Gerüchte verbreitet.
It's just, not to my liking. You said I could get a refund if I wasn't satisfied, so that's why I'm here.
Is there something about it that didn't meet your expectations? Are the sleeves too short, or is the color too dark? I can always make those adjustments for you.
No need. You don't have to concern yourself with that. I'd just like that refund, please.
And I'd be happy to process that for you. If you could just tell me the cause of your dissatisfaction.
Is Chiori here? I'd like to return my outfit.
Another one?
Is there some sort of new calamity coming that I haven't heard about? Another flood? Or an apocalypse, maybe? What does the prophecy say this time? You'll be spared if you get rid of all your clothes? Surely the entire population of Fontaine didn't convene and pick this one day to come and return my clothes. What is going on?
What kind of rags are you trying to sell us, huh? The way I see it, this shop is nothing more than a black market front run by a bunch of dirty criminals.
Please calm down, sir.
What is he talking about?
Haven't you heard? Chiori, a boutique, has been exposed for having close ties with criminals. It's all over the papers.
And just who is it that dares to throw that accusation around?
Well, you tell us. The fabrics you've got here, they're all sourced from underground factories, aren't they?
I've been transparent about my materials from the very beginning. I've already proved there's nothing wrong with them. If a little hearsay and baseless slander are enough to convince you, then by all means, go ahead and hand over your garments right now. Spare yourself from that flood of yours. Or have you not been convinced of that one just yet?
You...
Elof!
Miss Chiori?
Go outside and help these customers with their return requests. There's no need to ask them why. We'll refund them at the purchase price.
Alright.
Purchase
And once
Price?
you're done,
Kommt
leave
drauf an, wie die
the signs
Qualität ist, oder?
for the day.
Got it.
Oh, er hat's jetzt doch behalten?
Chiori.
These
They
rumors.
couldn't be more fabricated if you tried.
Fabricated.
No need to worry about them. I'm sure they'll go away on their own in a few days. The real goal here is to divert my attention away from Fashion Week. The best response right now is to tune it out and focus on finalizing my design.
If you say so, but Paimon's still...
The best way to respond to public skepticism is to let your work speak for itself. There will be no doubt about the quality of my work once my new designs are released. The public just has to see it for themselves.
Da ist sie aber ein bisschen
Miss
optimistisch.
Chiori, bad news.
Oh, for the love of... Can a woman not get a moment of peace to do her work? Go on. What's the matter now?
It's our accessories supplier. They just sent word that they'll no longer be able to supply us during Fashion Week.
Accessories.
No accessories? Not even the ones we pre-ordered?
Yes, that's what their messenger said.
And what about the models we asked them to book for us?
I think they'll probably pull out as well.
Even the suppliers believe those nasty rumors?
Is the messenger still here?
No, they've already left.
So, no accessories means no brooches, no bow ties, things like that?
Not just that. It means no gems, ribbons, gold thread, all the elements that lend life and soul to my designs.
If you take those away, does that mean you won't be able to make your designs at all?
Alof, you stay and watch the shop. I'll go talk to the supplier myself.
We will go with you. We don't have anything better to do anyway.
Make sure your supplier knows there's nothing wrong with your clothes.
Thank you. In that case, please come with me.
Elof.
I know Miss Chiori has put a lot of work into making Fashion Week a success. I hope you can talk things through with the supplier.
Ist hier nicht normalerweise immer noch so eine kleine... Wie heißen die nochmal, die Rasse? Die kleinen... Melusinen. Ist nicht noch immer eine Melusine vom Laden? Das war doch hier, oder? Go to the supplier. Wo ist er denn? Schwamm.
Propagate!
I'll protect us.
Durchs Gebüsch.
By the way, we really are just going to talk, right?
Of course. I wouldn't do anything to one of my business partners. especially when a reasonable conversation should suffice.
Ah. Die Musik stoppte.
Venger, it's Chiori. We've worked together all these years. The least you could do is allow me a face-to-face conversation.
Straightforward as always, I see.
Wenger.
You know, there are certain conventions people usually follow if they want to seek someone's company. Sending a messenger, for example.
And when has following convention ever gotten me anywhere? Why hire a messenger when I can just explain things in person?
Have you read the papers today?
I don't like to waste my time on baseless lies and speculation. Maybe that's something you should consider as well.
You're right. I only subscribe to the Steambird. And most days, I never even read the others.
So, these rumors. The Steambird was the one that published them?
No, not at all. They were in some second-rate fashion tabloids.
Alright.
Well then, there you go. Those sort of headlines become old news faster than you can read them. Surely a bit of tabloid drama isn't worth cutting off my supply.
You would think that. But this time is different.
Okay, raus damit jetzt hier.
Someone paid off the tabloids to publish the same article at once. They even went so far as to leave a copy in front of every house. That's how I first learned of the rumors.
Every house? That means someone must have been planning this for a very long time.
It seems your rival really pulled out all the stops this
Die
time.
traurige Musik
The
ausgepackt.
article was even published alongside a photo of you.
What sort of
Wow.
photo?
A photo of you beating up someone on the street yesterday.
Ooh.
Yesterday? Wait, that means...
Uter again.
Here, I've got a copy. See for yourselves.
Ja. Ich will das Foto sehen. Chiori Boutique, darkness disguised behind a facade of fashion. Chiori Boutique, located within a good part of Fontaine, claims to be a clothing store with a unique style, but there's another side to this tale for those few who took beneath the facade. Facade? Facade. 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 Sources in the fortress of Maripedes say that not a few criminals have boasted of wearing Chiori Boutique's clothes. I just felt that the atmosphere in there suited me. Convicted felon Lyle said. These words met with wide approval from many of his fellow inmates. Our sources also stated that a prisoner who was recently convicted of violent conduct and battery also openly supported Chiori's design a year ago. Upon close investigation of Chiori's many suppliers, we discovered that there's something more to the discovery that criminals favor its wares. The boutique is in truth comparable to an invisible hand, like a spider's web that connects these evildoers. Our investigations show that the Wenger family supplies the ornaments that adorn her designs, and a certain member of his household is a frequent guest at the fortress. But do birds of a feather not flock together? Not only that, but many customers have also been subject to rough treatment at Chiori. Mr. Valerian had this to say, a real brute, that one. Never mind refusing to tailor my clothes, where she seized her scissors and began wrecking them, and threw me out the window. A clothing store, more like a thief's lair, if you ask me. Doubtless, many of you may have wondered why the glass at Chiori's boutique often shatters with a loud crash, leaving behind a terrifying mess. Mr. Valerian's unfortunate encounter unveils the truth. Just the day before this report was going to print, another such act of brutal battery occurred on the streets. Just imagine, if you would, the scene playing out as depicted in a photo above. Chiori, her countenance terrifying as she grabs her competitor, Mr. Uter, by the scruff, making threatening gestures toward him. Das ist ein schweres Wort. Gestures. Gestures? Gestures. This incident was ultimately broken up by the guards who reached the scene. When we asked criminals why they appreciated this brand, the answer we received was that Chiori employs illegal competitive tactics to come up on top. Blah blah blah. Perhaps those who purchase clothes from this establishment may, following this establishment philosophy, prefer to liquidate those with whom they have disagreements. Is Chiori Boutique indeed a place blindly flattered by fashionistas that keeps an exclusive clientele of crooks?
Behind the scenes, the true Chiori Boutique takes shape. Not a fashion house, but a house of lies.
Ich finde aber, die Lüge ist schwach, weil so eine Fashion-Brand, die ist ja bestimmt teuer, oder? Und die in Fortress of Meropide haben ja nicht viel Kohle.
Relying on its close ties to the criminal underworld, the Chiori brand employs illegal competitive tactics to come out on top, giving hope to the evildoers among us that wrongdoing can still prevail, provided you conceal it under the guise of fashion and beauty.
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes. Still, that photo shows you to be the clear aggressor.
Uther harassed Chiori first. He even hired some goons to attack a courier.
Yeah, he was the one who started it, that little...
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon. But it can't be helped now.
That's right. The court of public opinion has already made up its mind. Still,
Has
I'll
it?
give your rival high marks for effort. They even dug up the fact that my father once served time in the Fortress of Meropide.
But that was so long ago.
In the world of fashion, your past is like a piece of clothing stained with mud.
Ugh,
Once
Metapher.
tainted, it can never be washed clean.
Hä? Was? Natürlich kriegst du es clean. Hä?
They claim that most of your clientele are criminals and that those who buy your clothes are just like you. People who silence all dissent with violence.
The absurdity. I don't even know which part to laugh at the most.
Well, it's no laughing matter. Maybe your clientele are criminals. Maybe they're not. There's even the possibility that they're just people who happen to commit crimes after buying your clothes. But with the way this article combines fact with rumor, trying to determine the truth is practically an exercise of futility. It's not something people are just going to forget about in a day or two, especially when they've found several people to back up their claims.
Venger, are you sure you won't reconsider? If we go through with the show together, we can defeat them fair and square.
If I were younger, I might have said yes. But I'm no longer that brave young man with nothing to lose. I've got the family business to consider now.
Gut, aber es gibt ja noch andere Supplier in der Stadt, oder?
I'd be perfectly happy to work with you again after this. But my daughter is manning the store during Fashion Week, and I don't want her implicated in all of this. She doesn't deserve to be swarmed by all that negative publicity.
Hm. Kann die Daughter das nicht selber entscheiden? Man könnte da natürlich jetzt sich auch reinlehnen, ne? Lean into this accusations. Und dann machst du jetzt irgendwie so eine Banditenmarke.
I understand.
Let me offer you a piece of advice, Chiori. For old time's sake. Let this Fashion Week go. There's always next year. You just need to wait for all of this to blow over.
You're free to wait things out, Venger. I'll make my own choices.
Have you ever thought maybe that attitude of yours is what's gotten you into all this trouble?
Have you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is precisely what paved the way for my success?
Well, fair enough. Then I suppose all there's left to say is best of luck. As for the models, none of them wanted to be implicated in all of this either.
Understood. Take care.
Der Artikel war jetzt nicht so besonders gut geschrieben, aber es reicht. Ist ja auch wurscht, was da drin steht letztendlich. Aber ich finde, seine Reaktion haben sie gut begründet, mit dass die Tochter das macht, ja.
So, what should we do now?
Without the accessories, I can no longer use my old designs.
How could they do this?
Public opinion has never been about what's true and what's not.
Na, das stimmt.
It's about echoing the loudest voice in the room.
Das ist leider wahr.
I should have seen it from the beginning.
Leider hat sie recht.
Everything that happened yesterday was just a trap.
Yeah.
Well, guess all we can do is just head back for now.
Miau. Lalala, ich komme genau im richtigen Moment zufällig hier lang gelaufen.
Traveler, Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
Oh, doch nicht
You mean
zufällig.
that sorry excuse for an article? Oh, just thinking about it makes Paimon's blood boil.
You too, huh? Whoever wrote that article must have known the Steambird would never print something so defamatory. Unfortunately, not all papers in Fontaine share our same sense of journalistic integrity.
Tja, sie kommt dann jetzt mit dem richtigen Artikel.
Deserve to suffer all this baseless slander. I was just about to find some people to interview so that I can write an article to refute all those claims. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's people who misrepresent and distort the facts.
Die nochmal irgendwann ein weibliches Design machen, ist vollständig von oben bis unten designt ist. Ah, wobei, Alecino ist ja, oder?
That's great! With your help, we might be able to get some people back on our side!
It's my pleasure. I've met Miss Chiori several times. I know she's not the kind of person that article makes her out to be. She was the one who made the hat and tie for my camera, Monsieur Verite.
Wow.
Speaking of Miss Chiori, do you
Toll.
know where she went? Olaf told me you were all together.
She was right behind us. Where did she go? Where did she go? Couldn't I, Joe?
If you ask me, I think Chiori Boutique is done for.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their customers' backs.
The tea here keeps getting more bitter.
They kept up a solid front, though. I've even bought from them before.
Really? How was it?
The owner was plenty fierce, that's for sure. Makes sense if she regularly deals with criminals, I guess. I've got the chills just thinking about it.
Okay, aber ich will auch ein paar diese nicht glauben. Das ist ein bisschen albern, dass alle den Müll da glauben.
Oh no, we've lost her! Did you hear what all those people were saying?
Miss Chiori doesn't often appear in public or give a lot of interviews, so the general public hasn't had a chance to really get to know her. It's also true that her way of dealing with things can be a little extreme sometimes. It's easy to use that to mislead people who don't know anything else about her.
Oh, this is all Uter's fault! Paimon would pick him up and throw him across the room too if she could! Wait a second. You don't think Chiori might have gone looking for him, do you? You know, so she can, finish what she started?
That would only make the situation worse for her. I'm sure Miss Chiori knows that too.
You've got a point.
Ja, wir könnten UT auch zu einem Märtyrer machen. Und dann gucken wir erstmal weiter. Die nächsten Klamotten schneiden wir aus Uter.
Oh, who's this?
Who the fuck are you?
This is Miss Letitia. She's also here to see Miss Chiori.
Ugh.
Oh, you were the one who came to collect the wedding dress yesterday, right? Wait, please don't say you're returning that dress too?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm just here to thank her. In fact, if there's anything I can do to help her out,
Endlich.
I'd be more than willing.
Da, 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 da,
Yeah,
da, da.
you probably don't know this, but after I got engaged, I didn't think I'd be able to wear a Chiori dress on my wedding day. My fiancé owns a small business. It doesn't bring in a lot of mora, but we get by. After he proposed, he took me to Chiori Boutique, and we put down a custom order for a dress. He probably noticed how often I talked about Miss Chiori's clothes and how pretty they were. Being able to wear one of her dresses to my wedding has always been my dream.
Alright, das wissen wir schon. Ja, danke.
Something happened to the
Something
business,
happened.
and we ran into major mora problems.
Ja.
We were able to scrounge up enough to pay
War es
off our
auch
debts,
Uter?
but it left us without the funds to pay for the dress.
But didn't Chiori say she was able to...
Yes. When I came to cancel the she heard me out and then told me not to worry. She assured me that the deposit I paid would be enough for the...
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? I've always known Miss Chiori to be a woman of her word.
It is good. It's just, after I went home yesterday, I couldn't help but take out the dress and try it on. My fiancé happened to walk into the room and when he saw me, he froze on the spot.
Yesterday, da war der Artikel noch nicht draußen. Okay.
Ah, what a shame. He's not supposed to see it until the wedding day.
Well, see, that wasn't actually the issue. He's seen a lot of wedding dresses in his time doing business. So as...
Huh? So wait, that means...
Yeah. Miss Chiori covered all the costs and held nothing back. The fabric, accessories, beading, construction. It was all of the highest quality.
Miss Letitia, I'd really like to use your story for a piece I'm writing about the boutique. Would you mind going on the record?
Huh? Well, if it would help Miss Chiori out, I wouldn't mind at all.
Ich habe das Gefühl, die Geschichte könnte aber auch ein bisschen nervig werden in Zukunft, wenn dann alle ankommen mit zu wenig Geld.
I think it'd go a long way. Your real experience is more powerful than all those lies combined.
Hey, Olaf! Has Chiori come back here since we left?
Huh? I thought you were all together.
Well, we were.
Oh, I remember now. There's this one cliff by the sea. Miss Chiori would always go there whenever she was upset.
In that case, why don't we split up? I'll continue interviewing Miss Letitia, and you two can go look for Miss Chiori.
Miss Letitia. Der Name ist so unpassend irgendwie für Fontaine.
So, in your opinion, what is Miss Chiori like as a person?
Let's see. Well, she's certainly not afraid to say what she means, but she always looks out for her customers however she can.
Miss Chiori isn't the sort to just give up.
Kapitän? Du, 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 du. Bla 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 bla. Alter, ich habe nicht mit so viel Text gerechnet. Trudaine and Grey Shit.
Did you read the paper today?
Oh, I did. My goodness. I couldn't believe what I was reading.
Do you think there's any truth to it? Have you asked your husband? He's a judge, isn't he?
You would never indulge in such idle gossip. Still, he advised me to hold off on buying any more related wares for the time being.
Yes, how prudent. Wait for the dust to settle. My husband said the same.
Indeed, indeed. I wouldn't want to invite scandal through one of my purchases, now would I?
Oh Mann. Da ist sie hingelaufen. Mega weit. Da ist näher, aber ich gehe mal hier hin. Ich tue so, als wäre ich da hingelaufen. Also sie ist hier hoch.
Come into being.
Das ist traurig.
Live.
Yay! Da, 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 da.
Chiori?
How did you know where I... Olaf told you, didn't she?
She did. We were just looking for you at the shop and Letitia was there. She wanted to thank you for the dress. So, you see? You don't have to be sad. We'll figure out how to get through this together.
I'm not upset. I just wanted to get some fresh air.
Unglaubwürdig.
Want to sit here with me? The view's quite stunning.
pretty hype. It doesn't look like there's a lot of space. Wie wäre es mit Ja?
Don't worry. I'll catch you if you fall.
Wir haben Gleiter.
Alright, don't mind if we do.
There's not a lot of space, macht ja gar keinen Sinn.
Well, how does it feel?
This place is pretty great.
Right? It's quiet and open, and far from the relentless critique from fashion commentators and the media.
Oh.
It's just you and the beautiful scenery.
Yeah, it's important to take yourself out of that kind of stressful environment every once in a while.
I didn't grow up in a very strict family. My parents would joke that I grew up to be so assertive because they spoiled me as a child. I would get together with the other children to climb
That's a
trees and
great
explore
backstory.
caves.
Should we get back to the problem at hand?
I even climbed over the walls of the Kamisato estate.
What?
One of the servants had to physically remove me.
Did he succeed?
Paimon would have never imagined that.
But even as rambunctious as I was, when it came to needlework, I was as quiet and focused as could be. It was as if I discovered a whole new world within those vibrant, dazzling fabrics. You know the feeling?
No.
My parents noticed, and they sent me to study under a famous Inazuman tailor. It wasn't long before I had driven away pretty much every master tailor on the archipelago. You could say I really tried their patience.
Das ist dann aber ganz cool von den Eltern, oder? Wenn sie merken, dass das Kind Talent dafür hat und Spaß daran hat. Und dann schicken die ihn zu einem... Das ist cool.
You were that misbehaved?
I wasn't misbehaved, exactly. I just often had strange ideas when it came to fashion. Ones that weren't in line with traditional ways of doing things. On top of that, I hated the idea of groveling and making outfits for every arrogant big shot expecting me to be at their beck and call. Anyway, a few incidents later, I soon found myself without a master. Worse, not one shop was willing to hire me. Not even to do grunt work.
No wonder you left Inazuma.
Not one shop.
I was angry and frustrated. So, before I left, I swore to all those masters that my brand would one day become renowned all over Teyvat.
Ich drehte Inazuma den Rücken zu und streckte meine Faust in den Himmel und sagte, ich komme wieder.
Well, that's a great dream to strive towards.
After that, I came all the way to the court of Fontaine, a city often referred to as the capital of arts and fashion. I had a lot of fun starting out. Sure, I was living in a small cramped room, but I was finally free to make whatever I wanted. I had a far more naive view of fashion back then. As long as something was pretty, it would become popular, right? A simple concept.
Ja, leider weit weg von der Wahrheit.
Of course, as I spent more and more time in the industry, I learned nothing was ever that simple.
Well, I know someone who absolutely adored your designs and dreamed of wearing one at their wedding.
Oh, you mean Letitia? Yeah, she did mention that dream. I'll be honest with you. That's the first time I ever heard something like that from one of my customers. Who would have thought? Even as I continue to pursue my dream, my work has also become someone else's. Alright, that's enough sightseeing for one day. Time to come up with a way out of this mess.
Ooh, looks like you've got your game face back.
Back? It was never gone to begin with. I did say I wasn't upset, didn't I?
Paimon thinks we should look for evidence that Uter wrote that article, and that he hired those treasure hoarders to attack Kirara.
Okay, ich stimme Paimon zu, wenn sie mit We, Paimon und den Traveler meint. Ich glaube, Chiori sollte sich komplett auf ihre Arbeit konzentrieren.
Charlotte's already working on an article to address all those nasty rumors, so we can...
I don't like duking it out in the press. But if Charlotte's thrown her hat in the ring, I won't stop her either. I know where Uter's clothing factory is located. It might be a good place to start looking for some evidence.
Sounds good. We'll come with. As for Fashion Week, well, there's always next year, right? So there's no need to be too upset.
Huh? When did this become an either-or situation? Find incriminating evidence or participate in Fashion Week. I'm doing both.
But
Well, it's true that I haven't quite figured out what to do about that, but to tell you the truth, even here in Fontaine, every time I see the sea, I can't help but remember Inazuma, and the vow I made in front of those masters. Thinking about all that, I just can't bear to take even one step back. The sea.
What did you...
The sea. Seashells, coral.
Das wird mein Design.
I've got it.
Das nimmt sie als Accessoires, Accessories, Muscheln und so.
Come, let's take a dip, shall we?
Oh ja, bitte.
Chiori?
Ja, sie nimmt Muscheln und sowas als Accessories. Dive into the sea. Sure sploosh.
Chiori, why did you just jump into the sea all of a sudden?
Paimon, what do you think is the most beautiful thing in the sea?
A Lumitoile? Or a pearl, maybe? Oh, coral's pretty too.
Leuchtende Unterwasserpflanzen.
Use things like that as the accessories for your designs.
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
Ich würde sagen, leuchtende Tiefseepflanzen. Oder Korallen, so Fantasy-Korallenriffe. Als... Oh. Oh. Oh.
These should be enough, right? Paimon picked all the prettiest ones in this area. Chiori, will these do?
Ist das das erste Mal, dass Charaktere unter Wasser reden? Ich glaube schon, oder?
Everything looks great. I've also collected a pretty big batch, so we should have enough.
Great! So are we gonna head...
Yes, but don't forget.
You return to the boutique with Chiori.
Okay, we've got the materials for the accessories. Next, we'll need to use what we have on hand to create some new outfits.
You mean we have to start from scratch?
I should be able to make it, if I skip out on sleep.
Oh no, skipping out on sleep is not the answer. Wait, how come this conversation is giving Paimon major deja vu?
Sounds pretty similar to the one we had with Ganyu before.
Who's that?
What?
A friend of ours who does way too much overtime. Well, anyway, sleep is important. You're not gonna convince Paimon otherwise.
Well, I can't argue with you there. One thing's for sure, though. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it work. All this grit and determination. It reminds me of the first fashion week I ever participated in.
Great, great, great.
Let me see. I suppose all there's left to do is tear up all the outfits currently on display.
You got it!
You heard me. Tear them all up. When I went to that first fashion week, I had to make something work, so I tore up all the clothes that I brought with me from Inazuma, and I used the scraps to make my entries for the show.
Alright.
If it worked back then, why not now?
But you worked so hard.
I know. That's why I refuse to let it all go to waste.
Okay.
No need to be nervous. Of course, if anyone dared to tear up one of my dresses in front of me on a normal day, I'd probably toss them into the sewer. Just this once, though. I think I can make an exception. Go ahead and tear them up. Think of it as a good way to vent your emotions. Good job. That should do it.
Chiori, are you all right? Sorry for taking so long. I got caught up and... Whoa. What happened to your
That wasn't me! I destroyed everything!
Who did this?
Me!
Monsters. Slandering you in the papers wasn't enough for them, was it? They even sent people to wreck your shop.
Yeah, they sent
Give me their
me!
names. Since they're all too eager to tear up other people's clothes, I think it's about time the Spina di Rosula return the favor.
It was us!
Maybe you should calm down a bit first, cause you see,
I was the one who did it!
Huh?
What is this, a soap opera? I was the one who asked the traveler to tear up the outfits. We need all the fabric and accessories we can get. Oh, so that's what happened. I guess I got a bit ahead of myself just now. Back to what you were doing, everyone. You can all just pretend like I didn't say anything.
Navia sure is scary when she's angry.
Ja.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a false accusation. No one's gonna orchestrate some conspiracy to take down one of my friends and get away with it.
You and Chiori are really close.
Of course. Everyone knows that Chiori makes the most gorgeous outfits in town. All of the Spina di Rosula's formal wear is custom tailored here. Now, if only you'd give me the contract for your uniforms as well. As if you'd enjoy designing something as boring and formulaic as a uniform. That's why I didn't ask you in the first place, silly. Plus, with how much your intel has helped us out in the past, to the Spina, you're more of an intelligence agency than a fashion boutique.
Schon wieder. Ist irgendwie lustig, wie viel größer Navia ist.
If I had it my way, it would be the other way around.
Oh, Navia ist auch komplett von oben nach unten durchdesignt.
We both know why I'm here. Tell me, how can the Spina be of service?
Chiori eigentlich auch, ne?
If
Ah,
it's not too
wobei.
much trouble, can I borrow some skilled hands to help with some simple sewing work? I'll need all the help I can get if I'm going to finish these outfits over the next few days. Oh, no problem. I've got a few of those guys all ready to go. I just knew you wouldn't be intimidated into withdrawing from this year's show. When are you going to get started? I can help with sewing too. Actually, there's something else I'd like to ask of you. Ask away. I'm all ears. Oh, and Traveler and Paimon, could you help me pass word to Linny and Lynette? I'll need their help as well.
Lynette? Klar.
I'm done with my interview. Has Miss Chiori made it back yet? Oh! What happened to the boutique?
It was me! I destroyed everything!
Every name. I'll make sure every last one lands a full feature on the front page of the Steambird tomorrow.
It was me!
Not this again. What should we do about these clothes everywhere? Need any help? Sort them by the type of fabric first, and then by color. Oh, and don't forget to remove any accessories and put them to the side.
That sounds pretty straightforward. I'll help too.
Navi, auch so ein Charakter. Hätte ich ganz gern, aber will ich auch nicht unbedingt Wünsche bei verschwenden, in Anführungszeichen. Diese Steuerräder an der Hüfte sind so bescheuert, finde ich. Wünsche, die hätte die nicht. Ja, jetzt habe ich eben gesagt, bei Charlotte haben sie nochmal irgendwie einen Charakter gemacht, der von oben nach unten komplett durchdesignt ist, bei einem weiblichen Charakter, aber eigentlich sowohl Chiori als auch Navia sind es beide. Aber Chiori ist trotzdem so fokussiert auf den Oberkörper. Beim Traveler zum Beispiel, der ist einfach von oben nach unten. Der hört das Design nicht an den Beinen auf. Naja, egal. Egal. Weiter geht's. Weiter geht's. Search for Linny and Lynette. Haben die nicht am Ende von der Archon Quest das Land verlassen? Falsche Erinnerung.
Let's dance.
Ich weiß, dass man die Animation canceln kann früher. Aber ich nehme die Drehung immer gern noch mit. Oh, Lynette.
A moment later and you'd have missed us.
We read the article in the papers. We were just about to go find Miss Chiori.
What?
She helped design a number of our costumes in the past and even sponsored one of our performances. The time has come, it seems, for us to
Oh,
return
so
the
you are the criminals.
Oh, perfect. She was the one who sent us.
In that case, I assume that there's something we can do to help. Just say the word and we'll take
Ja,
care
Linny,
of
du
it.
bleibst hier und wir nehmen Lynette mit.
Okay, so it's like this.
Bla 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 bla.
Is that all we'll need to do?
Should be a piece of cake for the two of us.
Paimon's glad to hear it. Well then, guess it's about time we go and find some evidence for all the bad stuff Utera's been doing, right? Chiori said we shouldn't disturb her over the next couple of days.
But the show's in another 2 days, isn't it? Will she be able to make the deadline?
Well, according to her, she wants to first beat Utera fair and square at the show, and then defeat him in the court of public opinion. She said that it'd be like...
A double whammy?
Two-pronged approach?
Courtesy first, confrontation second.
Yeah, something like that.
Understood. Then we'll have faith in her decision. We'll go make some preparations. See you at the venue in 2 days.
All right, we're counting on you.
Yay, Lynette.
Okay, then let's also do as Chiori said and meet up with her at Utera's factory in 2 days. Oh, Paimon sure hopes she...
Leute, dieses 2-Tage-Warten-Ding ist lame. Day after tomorrow. Aber ich bin echt ein bisschen erstaunt, dass die beiden Zwillinge einfach noch hier in Fontaine sind. Ich dachte wirklich, dass die nicht mehr da sind. Ja, und auch ab, fahren die nicht mit dem Boot weg am Ende mit Alecino zusammen. Go to Usa's Clothing Factory. Die ist im Keller hier, oder was? Oh. Haben sie schon gut gemacht, dass wenn man hier bei der Wegmarke rauskommt, hier direkt dieses schöne Vista einem ins Gesicht strahlt. Du, 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 du.
Oh, you're here.
Chiori!
Just a few steps left now. I've handed the rest over to Alof.
Really?
We should be able to make tonight's show.
Wow, that's cutting it real close.
Don't worry. I have no intention of giving ground on either front. With the fashion show scheduled for tonight, Uther has closed his factory. This is our only chance to secure any incriminating evidence.
Okay, Paimon totally gets that this is all his fault and he totally deserves it, but wouldn't we technically be trespassing on his property if we just barge in like this?
Ja, hat's einen
His
Punkt.
factory is usually open to the public.
Is it?
It may not
Is
be open
it?
for business right now, but that doesn't mean visitors can't stop by for a tour.
Echt?
We're just curious customers after all, aren't we?
Well, when you...
Anyway, Uther's factory is right over there. Let's hurry up and get moving.
Why would he open a factory over there?
We have different marketing strategies. While I specialize in high-end custom garments, he prefers low prices and large sales volumes. I don't know. Maybe the rent here is cheap.
All right. Ugh, it's really creepy. Paimon would never choose to buy anything from a place like that.
You make a good point. Let's hope.
Also creepy finde ich es nicht, aber ein bisschen schwer zu erreichen. So ein Laden, so eine Leiter hier hoch, das ist doch furchtbar. Oh. A suspicious factory located in Fleuve Center. It may contain evidence of dishonest business practices on the part of its owner. Ah, Team passt, ist so gut. Mhm. 7680, ja? Größere AOE. 2 Tamotos. After using Twin Blade. Okay, nachdem man den Burst benutzt. 3 Sekunden. Du. Whoa.
We're in. There really is nobody here.
Hätte ich aber nicht erwartet, dass es hier drin so aussieht.
Welcome, dear visitors.
Oh, Paimon nearly fell out of the air. What is that thing?
A mechanical guide. They usually use a recorded tape to give you a tour of the factory.
Please, follow me, dear guests.
Das Ding kann fliegen.
First stop on our tour is a look at the gradual evolution of our clothing brand.
Aha. Interessant. Wie so ein Borderlands-Feeling hier gerade.
Huh. Uter seems to be doing pretty well for himself, doesn't he? Why would he feel the need to bother you when he could just focus on improving his own brand?
This is the studio where our designs are made. Please, take a look around at your leisure.
Yep, this seems like Uter's workspace, all right. Let's see what we can find.
Kann ich einfach reinspazieren, oder was? Notebook Memorandum. Marketing Expenses.
These are the fitting rooms. Please use them at your leisure.
Huh? There seems to be something in this fitting room.
Das ist wirklich der Ort, an dem der das herstellt alles. Und hier geht auch die Führung dann durch. Aber müssten nicht 3 erscheinen? While active, if there are nearby geoconstructs, only 1 additional. Das heißt, die Konstellation erlaubt einem, dass man kein Geo mehr braucht. Oh, if there is a Geo Party member. Okay. Ach so, okay, also dann... Okay. Ist die Konstellation aber nicht so toll.
Why did the door just close?
Hold on tight, Paimon.
Why is it moving?
Fortress of Meropide Musik hier.
It seems to have stopped.
Where did this thing take us?
It seems like we're someplace deeper inside the factory.
Da, 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 da. Investigieren. The Cabbages. Ja, aber mal ganz im Ernst, wenn das jetzt hier wirklich in der Fabrik ist und man diesen Aufzug auch häufiger nutzt, dann führt der Weg doch hier nicht mitten durch den Schlammmatsch-Modder. Das ist doch Quatsch.
Look out! There are guards here!
Next custom.
Oz, I'll protect us. Hi. Ready, steady, go!
Drecksroboter. Ich mag diese Instanzen, auch wenn die simpel sind. Ganz schön viel Arbeit reingeflossen sein, aber es sieht schon gut aus. Man kommt ja auch nur einmal hin. Ich kann oben drüber laufen. Das kam doch eben noch runter. Coole Lichteffekte.
This place is filthy! Are the clothes from Uter's shop seriously made here?
Look over there.
Ugh! That water looks super nasty! Oh, Paimon can smell the stench from all the way over here.
And I was the one using unsafe materials, Uter?
So he was actually the one who opened an underground factory.
No wonder his clothes always felt weird to the touch. He's been using all manner of tricks here in a bid to cut costs.
Should the clothes made here even be worn?
Never mind issues with shrinking and fading. These materials can give you skin problems if you wear them too often.
Ja, finde ich jetzt irgendwie ein bisschen zu drüber, oder?
Terrifying.
Das Foto sagt nichts aus, das Foto sagt auch nichts aus.
This way he won't be able to try and deny anything in court.
Die Fotos für sich sind voll mies. Oh, das muss man benutzen, um weiterzukommen.
Doesn't look like there's a path here.
Follow me. Let's go up.
Will aber... Okay, das ist jetzt eventuell Zeitverschwendung. Ah, und ich war gespannt. Praktisch, dass es hier von alleine aufgeht. He wants to trap us in a factory.
Seems like he knew we'd be coming.
You did say he knew you really well, didn't you?
Yes. And that's because we used to be partners.
What a twist!
At each other's throats! Now you're telling us you used to work together?
When I first came to Fontaine,
Oh,
we were
Partners.
both fledgling designers who longed
Geschäftspartner.
to gain a foothold in the world of fashion. We shared the same goal, so we decided to work together. In the beginning, we both wanted to make clothes that would stand out from the crowd and shatter tradition. The kind of clothes that would turn heads and leave people in awe. But with every criticism we received, and every sponsor that rejected us, Uter's confidence disappeared little by little. Finally, right before Fashion Week, he came to the conclusion that we wouldn't be able to make the designs we always dreamed of. And we parted ways. For my part, I gambled it all and devoted everything I had to that 1 week. I came out the other side with something that really made me proud. I was nervous to present it, of course, but I knew it was my chance to show the industry what I was made of. In the end, well...
Ja, Moment, aber und er ist direkt davor abgesprungen? Oder... Hä?
You received the acclaim of all Fontaine while Uter gave up on his dream and turned to making this sketchy stuff.
I don't know the exact details of what happened after that. All I know is, after I opened Chiori Boutique, he's harassed me every year since.
He's just jealous of what you've accomplished.
Well, let's focus on getting out of here first. Missing the show is as good as letting him win.
Wir hauen einfach alles kaputt hier.
There are some control panels.
Nee, das ist dumm. Wobei.
Oh, that doesn't seem to have done anything. Maybe try the next... that didn't do anything either.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Get her!
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Terminate!
By royal decree.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized.
Look over there.
Boom, boom,
Seems
boom.
like there's a way out. Maybe we can use these mechanisms to get higher.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Ja, these mechanisms.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Bin ich hier auch drauf? Ah, ja.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion.
Dadurch, dass sie beim Dash so eine Spur hinter sich herzieht, sieht der aber nochmal cooler aus als die anderen. Behaupte ich, war nicht in der Hitbox.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Bam.
We finally made it out. Why does it feel like the movement patterns of those mechs have changed?
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure. Warning. Warning.
Ja, es ist ja quasi ein Plattformer jetzt.
Shutdown procedure.
Genau mein Content. Hier drauf? Oh, ich will gar nicht hier hin.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
First forth.
Ach ja.
Warning. Warning.
Warning, warning.
Initiating shutdown procedure.
Oho. Ugh. Wir springen in die Ekelpampe. Hui! Könnte jetzt aber auch genauso gut hier in so einen Unterwasserventilator reinführen, oder? Warum macht sie keinen Delfinsprung? Geht das hier nicht? Oder kann sie das nicht? Oh, zählt sie als Inazuma-Charakter? Wait, Moment. Wo ist ihre Vision da vorne? Hör auf zu zappeln. Wen habe ich noch aus Inazuma? Okay, also Fontaine, die haben diese, wenn sie nicht Wellen oder Flügel am Rand.
Then why don't you just model for me? I'll design some wonderful clothes for you.
Okay, ach so, sie ist interessant. Wird in Fontaine released, aber zählt als Inazuma-Charakter und deswegen hat sie nicht diesen Supersprung. Die müssen wir mega stinken jetzt. Moment, aber... Oh nein, wie bedrohlich.
Oh, those chambers couldn't hold you, I see. What a surprise.
We've collected a bunch of evidence on all the nasty stuff happening at your factory. You're not getting away this time, Uter.
The evidence on your person, you mean? What makes you think I have any intention of letting it get past these walls?
Er ist halt so unbedrohlich. Hat er nicht gesehen, wie wir die anderen schon kaputt gehauen haben?
Really? Ever thought about using these funds for a legitimate purpose?
Oh, but this is a legitimate purpose.
What? Destroying Chiori Boutique? Or continuing to make your rotten rags?
Proving that fashion is merely a laughable farce. A carnival of ignorance!
You know what your problem is, Uter? You've become so obsessed with the concept of fashion itself that you let it paralyze you. Stop trying to cater to it. Focus on your own work and you.
Ist das jetzt wirklich die Thematik hier?
Lecture, why don't you? Sooner or later, you'll cater to all the voices too, you know. After all, what is fashion but another form of public opinion?
Fashion is about aspiring towards a certain ideal, but it's up to you to decide what it is. My brand is to no one but myself and me. That's my ideal, and it's not going to change.
Wirklich, in diese Richtung geht der Plot. Ach, come on, ey.
Spectacular fall, they'll understand how laughable that ideal truly is.
That's what you've been trying to prove all this time? Your jaded understanding of the industry is the reason you've had it out for my brand for so long? You weren't like this before, Uter. What happened to the man who wanted to make something that would bring the entire world to its knees?
He realized long ago how utterly naive
Utterly. Uter. Utterly.
You gave up on your dream. But that wasn't enough, was it? You had to find a way to prove to yourself that it could never have been possible at all. You think you understand. But you're just a bitter man who let his regrets dictate his choices. You regret giving up on your dream. So you stopped at nothing to prove to yourself that it wasn't the wrong choice. This whole thing, Uter. It's pathetic.
Pathetic? Why don't you take a look in the mirror? You're a fool daydreaming about taking all of Tevat by storm. Well, good luck doing that when even Fontaine doesn't have a place for you anymore.
Oh.
You're right. Maybe all those who pursue their dreams are fools.
Ach Gott, Leute, das sind jetzt aber hier furchtbare Dialoge auf einmal.
People still are cowards who are too afraid to even attempt what the fool is brave enough to try.
Ugh.
You.
Oh. There's a pistol. Chiori, you go first.
Just leave this guy to us.
No, you go instead.
Oh.
But he has a gun.
Okay.
It'll be fine. Just go to the venue and tell everyone to proceed with the plan. I'll deal with him. Some lessons are best delivered in person.
Alright.
Catch up with us soon.
Wenn die Wachroboter haben auch Pistolen und Maschinengewehre und alles.
I've held back all this time because of our past partnership, Uter. But all that changed after our tour of your factory.
Still trying to talk tough, I see.
No matter what you've been through, no matter why you've become like this, if I may borrow the words of a friend, a guy like you doesn't deserve my sympathy. Allow me to show you the true meaning of the Chiori brand.
The true meaning of the Chiori brand is to...
The Chiori brand represents more than a person or a trademark. It's a way of life.
Greetings, friends at Fontaine Fashion Week. Please feast your eyes on the extravaganza that Chiori Boutique has prepared for you today.
Brilliant, dazzling, and wholly unique. And most importantly,
an enduring, never-say-die spirit. That's the true meaning of the Chiori brand.
Never say die.
And now, let's welcome the thundering seamstress, Miss Chiori herself.
Lynette.
Did Chiori not...
Lights, cameras, over here, please.
Let the show begin.
Ooh, Lynette.
change. Fashion along with it. But Chiori will remain the same. No challenge is too great. Chiori caters to no one. Not even the times. Rather, Chiori will always lead the fashion of our time. Finally, let's not forget.
Ist schon sehr schön gemacht.
Only those who do not give up on their dreams are worthy of this brand.
Oh Gott. Ugh.
Well then, I suppose all that's left to say is, Happy Fashion Week, fellow dreamers.
Ugh. Also, inhaltlich und von den Dialogen, naja, visuell war es sehr schön.
A little more to the left.
Like this?
Perfect.
Phew. Oh, that looks great! Miss Chiori, can I take a picture?
Ja, das sieht besser aus als der komische Hut.
Of course.
I didn't know you'd make a brand new signboard.
I made it before Fashion Week. I figured it'd be best to put it up after the success of the show.
Well, how can you become renowned through all of Tevat without a fancy signboard of your own?
Ja.
The Spina's way ahead of you in that regard.
Now that you mention it, perhaps our magic troupe could use one of those.
Our signatures are the Grinmalkin cat and the Boggle cat box. Oh, and we need to add Pear as well.
Pear would need an alias, of course. How about... the Hangry Bird.
So, does that mean your signboard is going to be 2 cats and a penguin stuffed into a single hat?
Ooh, that sounds super snuggly and warm.
And a bit cramped.
Miss Chiori, I'm done taking pictures. You can expect the article in tomorrow's Steambird, along with the evidence the Traveler gathered.
Tomorrow? Das ist Abend. Wie macht ihr das so schnell?
It's my pleasure. Bringing the truth to light is a journalist's duty.
Going forward, feel free to custom order any accessories you need for Monsieur Verite. It's on the house.
Huh? You really mean it?
Of course. The same goes for you too, Linny and Lynette. If you have need of any costumes in the future, just drop me a note.
What about something other than a costume?
Oh?
Thank you, Chiori. It's much appreciated.
Moment, was soll die Frage?
Well, I don't really need anything. Just don't be a stranger, all right?
I don't need anything either. So long as you continue to request my international courier services from Komunia Express, we're golden.
Actually, that reminds me. When will you be leaving, Kirara?
Huh? About that.
The Spina di Rosula has prepared a special vehicle for you, so you can just get in, and we'll push it all the way out of Fontaine.
What? No, that's so embarrassing.
Ooh, do we hit something nice too, Chiori?
Wait, stimmt, die hat doch das Land schon wieder verlassen. Die ist jetzt schon wieder da?
Disrupting public order at the show. Appropriating venue lighting equipment without authorization. Using weaponry in public. Hosting a dangerous performance without notifying the authorities.
Weaponry in public?
Shivers, we can explain.
If you come across anyone who matches those descriptions, please report them to the Special Patrol at your earliest convenience.
Enjoyed that, didn't you? You nearly scared me half to death.
Says the one who pulled that stunt earlier. How about you do me a favor and tell me in advance next time you're planning something like that?
And if I had, would you have approved?
No, but it would have at least spared me a whole lot of anxiety.
Well, I would say I more than made it up to you, have I not? A whole underground workshop in the Fleuve Cendre, and the man responsible all tied up and handed to you on a silver platter. Sounds pretty thoughtful if you ask me.
Sieht man selten so viele von den spielbaren Figuren auf einem Haufen. Da merkt man eigentlich oft erst, wie bescheuert die Designs alle sind, wenn die so viele davon nebeneinander stehen. Aber so auf die Entfernung geht's noch.
Alright, I won't argue with you. You can have this one.
Well, friends, I would say we've earned ourselves a nice meal for
Jetzt
our
springen
efforts.
alle hoch und lachen.
Let's go. Spina's treat.
Yeah!
I'll have to take a rain check. I've still got a lot of paperwork to take care of, so you all go have fun. Oh, by the way, Chiori, I ran into Wenger on the way here. He had a message for you.
I don't need to hear it. I'm sure the old fool used pretty much every apology in the book. I'll just visit him some other day and give him a hard time about everything.
You know him well.
Thanks again, Shelvrus.
My pleasure. Oh, and one last thing. That was really quite an amazing show.
You don't say.
All right. Follow me if you want in on the celebration feast.
Da gingen die Augen weit auf gerade.
Traveler, Paimon, could you go wait for me at that place with the view? I'll let Navia know that we'll be a little late. There's something I'd like to give you.
A place with a view?
Perfect. I'll be right there.
Mega der Umweg!
Come on, we can do it.
Wir kommen etwas später.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, we didn't wait long at all. But what did you want to give us that you couldn't share right in front of everyone else?
Here, take this.
wow! A brooch! And in the style of Chiori Boutique too! Wait, Paimon gets one as well?
Okay, die hat ja doch, jetzt hat sie ja doch ein eigenes Logo, aber die ganzen Klamotten von den Figuren haben es nicht, oder?
After much consideration, I decided to give them to you two.
Thank you, I will take good care of it.
You've been a great help. Even when things were looking bleak, you stayed by my side.
Ich habe das Gefühl, wir haben in dieser Geschichte nichts gemacht. Aber moralischer Support. Ja?
There were even times when I felt like I had to fight back and win. Even if it was just to honor the trust that you had in me.
Well, we may have helped a little, but Paimon would say you deserve most of the credit. This result, it was all you, Chiori.
I know for certain that was not the case. I've chased my dream for so long that I've come to understand something. Apart from conviction and persistence, the thing that matters most is having friends.
Ugh.
Who believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. A single person can only do so much. Without all your help, Chiori Boutique could have easily fallen to ruin.
Well, Paimon doesn't think it would have ever gotten to that point.
Perhaps my words were a little pretentious, but they do reflect how I truly feel. I won't bow or scrape before any force in this world, much less any individual. I'm confident in the quality of my work. Create
Great.
There will always be people who appreciate it.
Mhm.
Well, guess there's nothing to worry about then. Should we go back and join them at the victory feast?
Oh, yes, of course. But before that, I'd like to admire the view for just a little while longer. You know, of all the nights I've spent in Fontaine, I'd say this is the loveliest by far.
When they talk about tonight. Oh, also von dem Feast gar nichts mehr mitbekommen. Und dann was geschafft. Wie lange hat das gedauert? 2 Stunden. Haben die Entwickler sich gedacht, hier ist ein schöner Spot? Die müssten das noch wie in Shenmue Vale machen, dass da so Boote hin und her fahren. Ja, okay. Dann haben wir die Quest. Es ist auch mittlerweile nachts 2 Uhr gleich. 1:30, irgendwie sowas. Deswegen werde ich jetzt an der Stelle auch mal schön Feierabend machen. Die Quest hat mir ganz gut gefallen. Also das am Ende, das war natürlich albern. Mit Fashion und Mode, worum es wirklich geht, ja. Das war alles ein bisschen albern. Und auch dieses finale Video inhaltlich ein bisschen meh. Auch wenn es sehr cool ausgesehen hat. Also animationsmäßig war es wieder richtig Bombe. Aber ja, hat mich nicht so wirklich gelangweilt. Also ich weiß ja mittlerweile, dass bei denen spielerisch nicht so viel rumkommt, bei den Story Quests, aber war schon ganz nett. Schön für so einen gemütlichen Abend, wo ich nur noch im Stuhl rumhänge. Gut, ich hau mich ins Bett. Guten Abend, gute Nacht. Tschüssi.